My name is Eva Delhi, and yours?
I'm Akshay Chaitanya from India, and good
Yes,
day to all of the viewers.
yes. And we decided that we would introduce ourselves just very shortly before we start our conversation. I am a neuroscientist and working on consciousness research. My work has shown that the particle-like nature of the mind, and it has, of course, a lot of implication for physics and even for evolution. And so I am a research scientist who publishes in research journals about this work. And I let you say a couple of words about your work or your background, Maksha.
As said earlier, is Akshay Chaitanya from India, an independent researcher in ancient wisdom and the values which are needed for today and for coming future throughout the globe. Maybe the people of different cultures, regions, religions, faith, beliefs, non-beliefs, nothing matters because when it comes to the emotions, well-being, happiness, gratitude, thanksgiving, we are all same. And when quantum physics says we are all one, so we should understand from which angle they are saying. The relation between consciousness and science overpowered my thought process and motivated Akshay to proceed on this path in which the classical schools of Indian philosophy helped in unfolding many things. Things were published in KDP through blogs, presented through YouTube channels, etc. You can say that Akshay is sharing the status of awareness of existence, awareness regarding existence with all of us, all of you. Because all of us are aware of our existence. Only the difference is in the levels and nothing else.
Very good introduction. Thank you. And I certainly, as a scientist, can relate to the ancient wisdom because I found that the mind, the understanding of the mind in ancient wisdom was um, uh, right on valid. And the reason is as I found that the mind is a particle, that means that it's a separate entity from the outside world. And the outside world exists in the mind as a reflection. And in Hinduism, there is an understanding that Atman and Brahman are one, the individual and the cosmic consciousness are one. And that is what reflected in this understanding that the mind is its own universe that reflects the universe, the outside world, if you will, and that is this kind of unity but separation with the environment. And it, the mind particle like nature is also indicated by our difficulty to control our thoughts. uh, the only way, the only um, occasion we can do that is in the resting brain, the resting state, which is when uh, meditation occurs. We sit down, do nothing, and then we can meditate, and that is uh, the resting state of the brain. But some people even have difficulty to control their thoughts during meditation. And the difficulty of meditation indicates this uh, uncontrollable particle like nature of the mind. Are we in control of our mind, or our mind is in control of our thoughts and decisions? This is, of course, a fascinating question, but we can get back again to the original idea that we reflect the universe, that the mind is a reflection of the universe, that um, in the in the cosmos, the particles are, of course, understood as the smallest units of matter, like the electron or the atomic nucleus. And these elements have a very similar structure to how the mind makes decisions or um, uh, behaves in emotional manner, because uh, both of them can be explained by quantum mechanics. There is a probabilistic nature to both. But if we look at this unity nature, then we find that the universe itself has the same kind of characteristic. So to know the mind, to the particles, is to know the mind and to know the universe. All three have this similar um, organization and operational principles supported by the physical laws. And now, if we look at ancient wisdom, we can go back to Christianity or the Old Testament, where God creates man, Adam, from dirt. And this is the matter, the particles that I mentioned earlier, such as the electron. That's what our bodies are made of. But God gives a soul to this human figure, Adam, from his own breath, if you will. And that unity between the smallest unit in the universe, the particle, the matter particle, the fermion, and the biggest unit, the cosmos, the universal consciousness in Hinduism, that unity that characterizes us and gives our unique nature. And this recognition in science that verifies ancient wisdom, for me, was the most rewarding part of my work. And I will keep working on it in the future. So I don't know how you can relate to this understanding.
No. mind controls our thought, or we control our mind. Both are true. Only the status of the person differs from case to case. As we see, the different hormones in our body, the tolerant capacity of every brain is different. Well, it can be calculated, that is another issue. If we take the case of dopamine, happy hormone, okay, if it is uncontrollable for a person concerned, the reaction of that person will be such that he'll be totally extrovert, behavior will be abnormal, and so on and on. Why? Because thoughts are controlling. Now you can say in behavior, current behavior, like I'm sitting in the car, and instead of I'm just sitting in the driver's seat, but the total thing is being driven by something else, someone else. Though from outside it is seen that, oh, Akshay is driving, but not at all. Someone else is driving. The total control is in the hands of others. So obviously, the vehicle go in any way as it likes, or in the hands of the person who has a button or the controller, anything. There's a chronological development, as you said, about controlling measures. Everything can be controlled to some extent, but the measures are required. The chronological steps are required. Here comes the importance of classical schools of Indian philosophy. The first school being Charvaka, the only school which said that everybody wants to have a happy span of life, healthy span of life, live happily, peacefully, because you have to go, you have to departure from this planet. You can't stay forever, and you won't return in the same form. Obviously, true. Nothing wrong in it. Nothing absent. As we see in the New Testament, it is said, Sabbath is for man and not man for Sabbath. Means right to rituals, to religion, everything is made for the mankind and not mankind for them. According to psychology, if we see behavioral psychology, normally we talk more about rights, not on duties. And the total chaos, crisis goes on for the rights. But right is not always right. It is wrong also. If we see this phenomenon, this thing, according to the view of our particles and hormones, it's easy to understand. No harm in it. As you said about meditation, there are n number of varieties available. It all depends from person to person's requirements, status, maturity, experience, and so on and on. So proper guide is needed. That is another issue. But what do we see in the meditation? What do we find? The cerebrospinal fluid and all those things get a static position. They're not agitated, irritated. So from that, we can start the process of controlling. No, we can't say that they won't come, the waves won't come. No, waves will be coming. After all, this body is made of different emotions only. So there's nothing wrong in it. The waves will be coming, but we can control, we can motivate the particles also. That capacity is in our brain. In neuroscience, we know this thing. So when we study both the things, because if we talk only about science or if we talk only about philosophy, there will be confusion, chaos. One branch can't help us. After all, every branch is meant to understand pure consciousness. to experience pure consciousness. That's it looks like simple or it looks like hard. It all depends from case to case, individual to individual, no problem. But again, to repeat, if one studies properly and is serious about the whole system, yeah, I want to know, at least for myself, first of all, I want to crystal clear all the doubts. Obviously, is to rise from the start from the body level only. Nothing wrong in it, nothing absurd in it. To reject the body level, we require a body only. Okay? And what is body? It's a solidified energy. The only difference is the change of words, technical terms. Say it's a mathematical presentation, then we forget about philosophy. Oh, it's not philosophy. But it is, it's a mathematical philosophy, a mathematical version of the philosophy, same thing. So the word changes, terms changes, but if we see the essence, if we decode the things, similarity is there between different cultures, different thought process. Because at the advanced level, as you go, as our maturity develops more and more, the quantum physics says we are one. The same thing is said by the Vedanta, the final school of Indian philosophy. Same. You may not use a term Brahman, so what? Doesn't make any difference. At that particular stage is total silence. Simple. So this personal research of Akshay was mainly based on that, to know different stages, to know how to control them, how it is possible to control and how to control, and all the hurdles coming in the way, how to manage the show. So slowly, the process developed, and many things were revealed. That's why it is said, we do not choose, we are chosen. See, the similarities do come in the life if the person is really walking on the path of, you can say, God's righteousness and instead of own righteousness. Simple. So how do you match this thing with neuroscience?